All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. Let's take a look at our subscription goal. We are sitting at almost 9,300. We need 700 more subs to hit that 10K goal to give that $1,000 giveaway. And then we have 12K subs coming up to send a couple people to some games of their choice. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Dennis Burns is at the top. We have Kellen on this week. He's doing a great job so far, but that is the leaderboard right now. If you see your guys' name, reach out to us. BearsProfitPlays@gmail.com or on Twitter, BearsProfit @BearsProfit, and we need to get you guys set up so we can give you guys your picks out for the next couple of weeks. If you see your name, make sure you reach out. Also, if you want to become a member on our YouTube channel, we're going to be giving away $50 weekly to our members on YouTube. We have 15 to 20 right now. So if you become a member for just $4.99 a month, you have a chance to win $50 weekly. We're going to be doing that on our live show. We're going to put everybody on the wheel. We're going to spin it and give away $50 a week. So make sure you guys come check that out. Only $4.99 a month. Very cheap over there. And our plays are actually better over there as well. So guys, it's going to do it. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Thursday, December 14th, slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, at the moment, I am 0 for 0. That's because I gave out Longwood -2.5 against Milwaukee. I have a lot of confidence in this Longwood team. You can't be walking around with the name Longwood and not just pull it out a couple times. Come on.
I've got the Blue Jays -14.5 going up against UNLV. That game is not started, but we're going to hop off here and watch that game. Hopefully, Clayton comes out hot and they score a bunch of points. So hopefully we go 2-0. Trey, let's start the picks for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be attacking this Grambling at Drake game here, and this should honestly be a very entertaining game to watch because one team, it's one of the best mid-major programs in the country, and another team, it's just might be one of the worst in the country. So give me Drake here -21.5 in this game. This big spread does not worry me at all because I think they should easily be able to win this game by 20-plus points. That's because Grambling, they come this game with a 2-7 record, and they're 1-6 ATS this season, not to mention a massive 0-5 on the road this season. And they're not even barely losing those 5 road games. They're just getting dog walked off the court because they're losing those games by an average score of 85-55. So they're allowing a ton of points and they're barely putting up any points, losing by an average of 30 points per game on the road. Drake, they come this game with a 9-1 record and they're a 4-5 ATS, but they have been dominating at home with a 5-0 home record. Drake's only loss this season was against Stephen F. Austin, but they have dominated basically every other team this season because in their 9 wins, they're winning it by an average score of 80-65. So just to sum it up, one team, they're winning their games by an average of 15 points per game. And the other team, they're losing their games by an average of 30 points per game. I fully expect Drake to dominate here. They're led by a father-son duo with Tucker DeVries, who's averaging a massive 19.6 points per game, which is top 40 in college basketball. Give me Drake to win big here in this game. I'm taking him -21.5 versus Grambling.
Love it, Trey. Love it for my play today. I'm going to be looking at Jacksonville State going up against Wisconsin. I'm going to take the under 126.5. I'm also going to take Jacksonville State +20.5. Neither one of these teams are great at scoring. Wisconsin's barely averaging in the 70s per game this season. Jacksonville State's averaging 67 points per game this season. Jacksonville State is the far worst team in this game, but I do think they can make this interesting against Wisconsin. The problem for Jacksonville State is that they don't have very many players that can score. They have only 2 players averaging double-digit points, and really it's only 1 player scoring the majority of the points. The Badgers have a few players averaging double-digit points as well, but typically these teams play really good defense and fight and claw for buckets on the offensive side. Looking at the last couple games for Jacksonville State, they have been in battles as both teams have been scoring in the high 40s or high 50s whenever the game ends. I think we see both defenses battle it out with Wisconsin taking in the end, but I'm going to take the points with Jacksonville State. I think they make it interesting and the under as the 2 plays. Trey, let's go over to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, at the moment, I'm 0 for 0. I gave out one of the late games on the slate. I gave out Jackson Robinson over his 15.5 points for BYU against Denver. He's BYU's leading scorer. He's one of the best scorers in the nation. I expect him to show up here in this home game and just shut down Denver.
Yep, and I've got Bailey Shireman to go over 17.5 points against UNLV for Clayton. Again, the game hasn't started yet, so hopefully we hop off here and he can score a bunch of points against UNLV. Trey, let's look at the plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to talk about someone that I talked about a lot last season. Give me Walter Clayton to go over his points versus East Carolina. Kind of makes a tear come to my eyes. It's like watching a son, grow up and go off to college himself and doing great things because I attacked him a lot last season whenever he was at Iona because he almost averaged 17 points per game and he was Iona's leading force. And that got him this huge opportunity to transfer back to his home state in Florida and get another huge opportunity to be the Florida Gators starting point guard. And this season, he has not let that opportunity slide out of his grasp. That's because he's averaging 16 points per game. So I expect him to easily be able to at least reach that average here, but I expect him to possibly even get to 20-plus points here in this game. That's because Clayton, he's getting a very juicy matchup here against RJ Felton. Now, I love Felton. I've talked about him a lot of times because I've bet on East Carolina, I think twice this season. And he's been the reason why I bet on them because he is a very, very scary offensive point guard. But the guy's allergic to defense. The guy does not know how to stay in front of his guy. So I expect Walter Clayton to just dominate here. This is a neutral site game, which actually makes me love it even more because Walter Clayton in a neutral site game earlier this season, he dropped 28 points on Pitt. So give me Walter Clayton to go over his points versus East Carolina.
Yeah, Trey, I like that one for my play today. I'm going to go with Kyky Tandy of Jacksonville State to go over his total points against Wisconsin. His name is spelled Kyky, so I'm assuming it's Kyky. Kyky this season has been scoring 17.5 points per game for Jacksonville State. The next highest scorer is scoring 10 points per game, and the rest of the team is averaging 7 points or less per game. So he is by far the first option whenever they're looking to score. This is the first year with the team after transferring from Xavier, and he's led this team in points in every game but 2 so far this season. He has scored 17-plus points in 4 of his last 5 games, and he scored 17-plus points in 6 of the total 10 games so far this year. This should be a hard-fought game, but whenever we're looking at total shots for Jacksonville State, he's had nearly taken double the amount of the second highest person on the team, so he's nearly doubling up the second person. This is going to be a pure volume play for me because whenever you're looking for most shots in the game, he's going to be taking 20-plus shots in this game. He just needs a couple of them to fall for the over. Give me Kyky over his points against Wisconsin as the play. Trey, let's go over to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, we both took massive numbers here. You just took the points, might be the smarter play, but I'm going with Drake here, minus 21.5 versus Grambling. It is a big, big spread, but if there's any team that could cover it, it is Drake because Grambling, they're just a doo-doo on a stick team. I'm also going with Walter Clayton to go over his points versus East Carolina. RJ Felton, he's a great offensive guard, but the guy just doesn't know how to stay in front of his guy, so I expect Walter Clayton to put on a show.
Yep, and I spelled Jacksonville wrong. Jacksonville State plus 20.5, and I like the under 126.5, I believe it is, against the Badgers. And Kyky, if you love me, if you are riding, you will be scoring over your points against the Badgers as my play. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA basketball plays and props for Thursday, December 14th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,